likes it here today. Julie and Milo Show is coming your way on Passive.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is March 10th, 2021. Welcome to the Julie and Milo Show. My name is Julie. I'm coming to you from Newport Coast, California. My dear friend Milo. Milo, could you please say hello?
Hey, how you guys doing? It's Milo from Nashville, Tennessee.
Thank you, Milo. Milo, you and I have known each other for 3 years. The last year has been an incredible year for both of us. And it is because of Onpassive. On December 4th, we launched the Julie and Milo Show. Ever since that day, our life changing. So much blessings in our life because we get to sit down and talk to many founders across the globe. And today we have a special guest, and we didn't know. Well, I'm gonna let you do that, Milo. If you could please introduce our guest.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. You almost slipped and introduced our guest. That's great, man. We're so thrilled to have this young lady on our show today. And honestly, we read her bio and stuff. We did not know exactly who we had on here until just a few minutes ago when she brought her son out. But I'm going to bring to the stage right now, Martie Burger. Martie, come on out. Martie, it is so good to have you on the show. And man, we didn't know that Gert was your son, or I didn't. You know, we didn't make that connection, but we are thrilled. Gert was the youngest guy ever on our YouTube channel or on our show. And we're just thrilled to have you on the show. Julie?
Hello, Marty. Good to see you. So glad to see you here today. Thank you for coming on to our show.
Hi, Milo. Hi, Julie. It's a privilege to be here and to be a good mom.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, Martie, what we like to do on our show is we like to introduce founders to other founders. And so we want to get to know you a little better. Now, I already said that, hey, we know that Gert's your son now, but we want to go back to where was you born, your mom and dad, your siblings, and then tell us about your family, who your family is and what you're doing. Take about 2 or 3 minutes to do that.
Okay, I was born and raised in South Africa. We live in the UK for about 2 years now. My mom and dad passed, and I do have siblings, but we actually estranged, so we don't contact each other. So it's just me, my husband, and my 3 kids.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's good. And then a twin brother and a sister.
Awesome.
Wow. Wow. So Gert has a twin brother.
Yes, it's a twin, but it's a brother and a sister.
Ah, very cool. Very cool. So Marty, I know that you have done homeschool for 6 years. Tell us about that experience.
It was quite an experience because it's 3 of them, 3 different grades, and I have to get through one day with all of them, get in the higher class and the other 2 in lower classes. It was not always easy, but I done it, and I think I did a great job because in the UK schools, they get along very well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
How about what are some interesting things that you've done in your life that you can share with us, Marty?
Interesting things is I've been a butcher. I worked in butchers almost all my life since I left school. And I've been an assistant social worker for 11 years in South Africa. And there I learned about people's needs. And it's not all about, clothes and food, but different kind of needs.
Cool.
I
So
see.
you gotta tell me, because I'm interested in knowing, because I kind of know who brought you in or whatever. Red and Peter Rogers. Red is a great chef and Peter Rogers is a great butcher. So is that how you know? Is that how you know
No, not really.
him? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you knew him from the butcher shop, or from being Red being a chef and you getting him the meat or whatever. So cool.
That's great. So I was going to ask that question, Milo, but that's good. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you so much.
I had to.
So I know, because we're all about connecting the dots, right?
Right.
So Martie, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do when you have some free time?
I like fishing, camping. I like crochet, cooking, baking cakes for the kids, small cookies. Always something to keep me busy.
Yeah.
Making for the little girl some fancy dresses. Yeah.
Awesome. So what kind of fish do you fish for?
Any kind, but I just don't eat fish.
Me neither. I'm the same way.
So
I
you
don't mind
fish, but you
catching
don't
them.
eat.
Yes. Yes, I'm passionate about fishing and camping, but I don't eat fish, not even sea fish.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's me. I when I was younger, I used to fish with the girls and stuff, and it was fun. I had time back then and I enjoyed it, but I ain't eating no fish. That's for sure. I ain't eating no kind of fish. No seafoods for me.
Yeah.
Wow. So have you had any type of online business before?
I tried a few, but actually really just lost money, waste money. For a few years, I did that, and then I just leave it for about 3 years. I didn't touch anything. So it was just a bad experience.
Absolutely. It's just like me. I started some type of network marketing 3 years ago, and it's just a bad experience. So I like to go into the topic of Onpassive. We are sitting here chatting is because of Onpassive, and Onpassive is the reason why we started the show. So I like to ask you, when did you join Onpassive? How did you hear about Onpassive? And what makes you take the action to become a founder of Onpassive?
Actually, a friend introduced me. When we came to England, my husband was not working, I was not working, and it was very boring. I just needed something to do. So I contacted this friend of mine, Pierre. He's a marketer all his life. And I just asked him, what are you doing? And he told me about things he's doing, and he mentioned Onpassive, and Onpassive just stuck in my head. And I said, okay, give me something about Onpassive. And he sent me some info, and I won't forget that presentation number 22. And I didn't look the full presentation, and I just decided, wow, why haven't I heard about this before? Why didn't he tell me? And I asked him, why didn't you tell me about this before? Why you keep it to yourself? And he said to me, Martie, I did mention it to you before, but you wasn't interested. So, oh dear, give me your link. He gave me his link, and I joined, and I'm just ecstatic about Onpassive.
Very cool, very cool. How is it being a mother of the youngest active founder?
Sometimes I hide behind him, ask his opinion, and he make me some ads, but it's good and great for us working together.
Absolutely. And I think it would be best if you and Gert could do a live together, like on his YouTube show every day, and just tell about your experience being the founders of Onpassive, and maybe Gert could share his excitement also on his YouTube channel. It would be really cool.
Yeah, that will be.
Yeah, absolutely. So did you say Peter Rogers is the guy? Peter's the guy that told you about it?
No, Pierre. Pierre Nortier. Yeah, Pierre Nortier from South Africa. He's back in South Africa.
Okay, Pierre. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with him, but great, man. I love hearing these stories of how things come about, and I think we're all in those stages when maybe we first hear it, whether it sounds too good to be true and we don't want to take advantage, or, you know, sometimes it might take a second time to figure out, man, I better get on this while I can, you know, and it's just the greatest thing around. So I like to say that Onpassive is changing the world one person at a time. And, you know, it started with Ash Mafaro, and it comes right on down to, you know, Gert, to you, to me, and Julie. All of us, you know, have come into this Onpassive. And so what I would like to do is a two-part question. Number one, we all know that, you know, now we're going to have as many apples as we need. And plus, we're going to have more than what we need. We're going to live in financial freedom. We're going to live in abundant living. So what I would like to know, number one, is what is that going to mean to you? What are your dreams? What are you going to do with your apples to make your whatever you want to better? And then we'll go into the other.
First of all, my dream always was to own a farm. I'm going to buy my farm. I'm going to see my kids playing on the farm with the animals, with their squat bikes, whatever. I just want to make them happy. Secondly, because of my experience as social worker, there's different kind of needs out there, like the old people. They just need pampering and manicures and pedicures and just someone to brush their hair or to read a book or something. And I would like to start an organization with people going out to old age homes and give attention to old people who really need that.
That's awesome. So let me go back just a little bit. So your dream is to own a farm. And do you have any other dreams? I mean, is there any other dreams for you personally that you have? A new car, a yacht, anything like that?
Everything about me is my family.
Uh-huh.
I come first and I come behind. When
Gotcha.
they're happy, I'm happy.
There you go. There you go. So, and that's so true. And you're going to be able to do that. I love what you said about the elderly and how you're going to help them, you know, and that's dear to my heart. I used to sing in nursing homes and retirement homes and stuff. And I can tell you, they bring you a lot of joy as an artist, but, you know, you bring them a lot of joy too, because they're shut up in their places and stuff. So that's a great thing. So is there anything else that you can think of that you want to do, or?
No, not really. I just want to be financial free, give the kids what they need. My little girl is a special girl. They're actually 3 adopted kids. So I want to give the best to them. What they missed in the previous years, I want to try to fulfill.
Absolutely. I have a question for you, Martie, and you as a mom, and I am as a mom too. We always put our kids and our family in front of us. Mm-hmm. So I like to ask you, what do you see what do you see that your children will become in the next, I said, 5 years? How do you see Gert and the siblings going to be? What do you see them in 5 years?
I see a bright future with Onpassive, obvious. They will have what they never had, and they're just going to prosper in life.
Absolutely.
So Martie, I see where in your bio you mentioned about you had a dream. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I actually had three dreams.
Okay.
The first one was about Julie. She was teaching me to do braids from bottom up, and every bead weave in with one another, and on top she created like an ocean with waves. And my second dream was about Susie, and she was just handing out yellow daffodil flowers, and she was bubbly as Susie is. She's calling everybody, come take a flower, give this to your mom, give this to your wife. And the third one was about Ash, asking me if I can drive. So I said, yes, I can drive. He said, can you drive this car? And I look at this car, and it's not black and it's not brown. It's a unique color, but with all these silver trimmings. And he said to me, okay, let's drive. And we get into the car, and I said, oh, it's automatic, man. It's easy to do it. He said, okay, take me anyway. And I see these dreams with Julie, the waves in the ocean. The ocean is bigger than the world. So Onpassive is big. And as Onpassive founders, we all weave together. And with Susie, it's all about the heart and the sharing. And with Ash, it is like he gave us the vehicle. We have to take it where we want it. And I think it was awesome.
That's awesome. I assume you're talking about our Julie Wynn,
Yes, yes,
and you're talking
yes.
about Susie McCrae.
Yeah.
Awesome, and Ash Mafara. That's
Yes.
awesome. I love that story. I love that story. It was a great point the way you brought it out. Julie?
I have chills and I'm just speechless listening to your dreams right now. Milo, you take the next questions. I'm just like, wow, that's a beautiful dream. That was beautiful. It's not because you had me in your dream. It's just beautiful as a whole message that you're sharing.
Absolutely. I think that what you just said kind of sums up this whole thing with Onpassive, share it, and it's going to take you wherever you want to go, but you got to get in and take it, and if you want to travel around the world, you can. If you want to have a big house, you can. If you want to have a big boat, you can. If you want to have a big car, you can. If you want to give all your money, or you want to give some of your money away to people in nursing homes and stuff, you can. If you want to help the homeless, you can, and we can do anything we want to with Onpassive, and that is so beautiful, that's what has been afforded to us by Mr. Ash Mafara. And that's why I believe when we say changing the world one person at a time is so important. It started with Ash Mafara, but it's continued down to us, and it will continue to whoever we bring in. We like to say, that it's like Onpassive's kind of like, how many oranges will an orange create? And the truth is, you don't know. It depends how many seeds is in there.
Yes.
Absolutely. The way how I looking at it is in at your dream right now. I mean, it is endless. Onpassive is endless. It's a gift that Mr. Ash Mafara are giving to us, and it is the gift that keep on giving. And that's exactly the ocean that you're dreaming of. It never ends. There will always be water in the ocean. There will always be wealth in Onpassive. And the picture of Susie, just sharing, give it out, share, and share. And you said it so beautifully. Mr. Ash Mafara is giving us the vehicle to create whatever we need for us to have the ability to enjoy our life, to share with other people, and we drive that vehicle wherever we go. And that was so beautifully. I wanted to thank you for sharing that dream. And good one, Milo. Good ones to bring it out.
That was awesome, man. I love that. How you explained it and stuff, and it is so true that this is all happening right now. And if you haven't got on, what are you waiting on? Because it's gonna move by you if you don't. And you want the keys to that car, that Ash has given us. You want the keys. You want to be able to turn the keys and pull the lever and go wherever you want to. That is the beautiful thing. And the analogy of it that you brought up is perfect. I've never heard it explained like that, but it was awesome. The dream that you had, and it just, do you have anything else?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. Well, it's getting
Let me,
close.
let me ask you really quick, just a quick question that just kind of come up, because on your bio and also you share that you wanted to see your kids running around the farm and just enjoying their life. Well, it's going to happen very soon. So I wanted to ask this: what are you wanting people to remember you by?
For who I am first.
Yes.
Yes, for who I am and what I'm doing and what I'm sharing with Onpassive. Because it's just an awesome business.
What if, I know that you're very passionate about Onpassive, and I know you and Gert have doing this together, and it's a blessing when you and your son can actually do this together and you can talk about it. Yes. But I know that there are so many folks out there still haven't made decision to become a founder, or if they are in Onpassive, they haven't really logged into their back office and discover it. What are your word of wisdoms to those folks?
They don't know what they miss. Onpassive is like the vehicle in my dream. You just take the steering wheel and you just go. There's no time to look back. It's just forward all the way.
Awesome. That's awesome. Martie, I want to thank you so much for coming on to the show today. We're running out of time, but thank you so much for being on our show today. And so we're going to send it back over to Julie and let her take us out of here. Julie?
Thank you, Milo. Martie, thank you so much for being here with us. Yes, that's Martie Burger. It's Gert's mom, and he is the youngest active founder in Onpassive. When you watch this video, and if you haven't pictured the dream that Martie tells us, I would say go back and listen to the dream that Martie tells us. It's a very important dream that she has, and it is actually embodied the whole Onpassive picture. Thank you so much for watching the Julie and Milo Show. There are more stories for you to listen to if you go to julieandmilo.com. In there, you'll find a list of our special guests, like Martie here, and also a list of how Onpassive could help with you in terms of the people that you share this business to. We also find Onpassive Friday night chat with Julie and Milo. It's a very great segments that you want to see, because it talks about how Onpassive founders sharing their heart to heart with each other and the culture of Onpassive. We also have the daily inspirations that's done by Curtis Davis, which is Milo's brother. Would like you to check out julieandmilo.com, and thank you so much for viewing our show today. Hope that you stay well, stay blessed, and stay alive. Thank you so much for watching. Good night from Newport Beach, California.
Good night, and thank you for having me. It was quite a half an hour.
Good night from Nashville.